Hello and welcome to Peaches and Suits, a podcast where two useless homos attempt to talk about all of the ladies and soap operas that have driven us mad over the years in a coherent manner. Maybe. Possibly.
Possibly.
I'll extend that each week. I'll just keep adding another word to it or something.
10 hours later.
5 or 6?
What?
Carla von Lahnstein?
So. Y juntas somos Mercedes.
Lexa and I... Lexa. Oh my fucking God.
Hello, I'm StephKT, capital K, capital T.
And I'm Chaos.
No, I'm Chaos. Firstly, I'm going to apologise for our absence. It's my fault. I haven't been well. I've been a bad homo.
Even homos get sick, you know?
Yeah, we're not immune. Shame.
Immune to some things.
Something. Yeah. Well, maybe not me, as we'll see in this podcast. This week, I think, well, it'll be obvious as we go through, but this week we're going to attempt, again, that word attempt, to talk about adultery. But it was a listener request as such.
Shout out to Joanne.
Yes, thank you, Joanne. I mean, we love this topic, probably, though, anyway, so...
It's complicated, you know? Like, love is maybe a little bit of a strong word.
Yeah.
We did say before, I want to say, episode 1, that we like it. So here we are. Steph's drinking her wine.
Oh, yeah, attempted. Oh, you know, when you're sick, it's not Lemsip, it's wine. But no, well, yeah, maybe love was a bit strong. But I might piss some people off, maybe. I'm not piss them off, but, you know.
We'll see. Let's see how it goes.
We'll see. And, well, I'm just going to start off. I wanted to address something, you know, well, everyone knows we've been talking about power bottoms. And we agreed that there was a consensus that Bette is a power bottom. Well,
Who did you talk to?
Oh, honestly, well, as Chaos knows, I've been listening to a few different L Word podcasts, and there's one in particular that is just about to Bette. And I was listening to just one of their episodes, and I was like, oh, hang on. Maybe I know we said that arguably, depending on Bette's emotional attachment.
Yeah, depending on her partner.
Yeah.
You don't think so?
Yeah.
You think she's...
I think she might be a bottom.
Are you... Okay. All right. Listen up.
Here we go.
The only proper way to go with this is to assume that she's a top, except when she's with Tina in the later seasons or with Jody. Everyone else, she's like super bottom.
Yes,
top. Fuck.
You walked right. I was like, yes, that's right. Yeah, I
mean, not super, but fuck, I don't know. She's a little minx.
I think she's like a bit of a pillow princess.
Are you insane?
It's kind of washing over me a little bit.
Oh, God. Do I have to rewatch this?
I just wanted to put that out there. But I do have a wish. This leads to I warned Chaos that I'm going to mention Danny and Bette a few times today. Yes. And
that's why you think she's a bottom, because you think Danny's going to top her.
Well, although that would be juicy, I really want Bette to be the top in that one, because everyone will presume Danny will be the top. I'm talking like it's going to happen.
Yeah.
This is obviously Gen Q, guys. Sorry, yes. We're talking like everyone.
Yeah, L-word Gen Q. Danny and Bette.
Yeah.
Danette.
Yeah. And you know, I'm a Tibet fan. You know, I always got to say that before I talk about Danny and Bette as if I'm a traitor. But yeah, I just, as I say, in the Gen Q world, I think Tibet's a bit vanilla. A bit, you know, same old, same old. But this leads
because all they do is just cheat on each other and then come back to each other and be like, "You're my world, you're my home."
You know, I don't think Tina would have cheated. I don't think she would have cheated.
But she did, didn't she?
I know, but that's another fight for another day with the producer.
We will rewrite the show.
But this leads us to our discussion about cheating.
Cheaters.
Cheater.
You're... Okay.
No, but I realise, again, listening to that podcast about Tibet, that people have different ideals, basically. And Chaos and I have been talking about why do we support adultery at times. And this is the thing for me, is that I really enjoy Bette's flaws. And one of those flaws is her tendency to cheat.
Her
albeit
tendency.
She has good intentions. You know, and as much as I do want growth, and I think Gen Q is attempting that, I think one of the reasons why I enjoy adultery is because, in fiction, is because I want them to not be wholesome. I don't want them to be good people. You know, so even
can't they go like rob a bank or something? Wouldn't that satisfy?
I'd probably enjoy that. You know, even if they killed someone, I'm fine. They're gay. Like, it's again.
Steph just wants crime.
Like, it's like, as long as they're, again, because it's fiction, as long as they're a meaty character, and I don't want them. Whereas I think some people, I understand, are at the other end and want a kind of Imagine Me and You, you know, rom-com-y kind of feel-good vibe. I'm not that person. I want, you know, give me darkness.
She was cheating in Imagine Me and You. She was cheating.
Is it? I don't know why.
She's on my list. I have a quote.
It's true. Okay. Stop cheating.
I love you.
Oh,
you know, really the really wholesome one. Yeah, you know. Elena Undone, that one.
Oh, God.
She was also cheating.
That's true. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to pass the baton back to Chaos so rethink what I've just said.
I do think, wow, this is what you get for being the first person I talk to in the morning. You get my frogginess.
Don't you sound great?
So I need more coffee, but I do have. I think we've got a list of different cheaters, and I think it's a good idea for us to kind of explore what is it about like each one of them that kind of, because I genuinely, this is what I'm interested in, is figuring out like what it is that makes me support these people, women, cheating. And I know I said in the last episode, like, yeah, I usually support it if they're cheating on like a male partner. And that's just because probably my misandry, like, fuck them.
Well, some, I mean, like in Chile at the moment, I mean, how could you not support cheating?
In Demente, like,
yeah,
no,
in Demente.
yeah. I actually sat in my car the other day and was like saying the voiceover, trying to do the voiceover guy like over and over, Demente. And then I tried to do Perdona nuestros pecados, and I was like, no, there's too many syllables in there.
It's not as easy with that one. Yeah, you won't get me saying that one.
Perdona nuestros pecados. No, I can't.
Oh, that was good. That was good.
My voice.
Lunes de Oh no, mate, I'm not.
Lunes, jueves. Oh, it really hurts.
Is it always Monday to Thursday? these telenovelas. Or am I just making
I
that
don't
up?
remember about
Neither
PMP.
do I, because it felt like it was every day of my life.
Actually, I think it was no Friday. Jesus. I also have a memory of that being really late in the day. But maybe it wasn't, actually.
It's hard because of our time zone thing.
Yeah. Oh, maybe I was just staying up late afterward uploading.
Yes.
And this time I don't do that. Here we go.
Right.
Okay, who should we start with?
Oh, where should we start? You go first. I'm bad. I always say that to her. Don't I?
Well, I think it's pretty simple. We can start with Chile because we'll say, so for both Perdona Nuestros Pecados with Barbara and Mercedes, Barbara was married to the mustachioed police commissioner thing.
Detective.
Yeah. Say what you want. I personally think he's a toadstool and a jerk. And people seem to forget that he raped her and that he locked her up multiple times. Like, I was scrolling through some old tweets the other day and I was like, it was all about how, oh my God, he locked her up again. And I was like, people think he's like this nice guy I think that they're mostly comparing him to Dante, the husband of Flavia in Demente. And, I mean, sure, most dudes seem like a nice guy compared to this fuckface. But,
yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, I supported that because gross man and repressed lesbian. And it's like the time, I think also, the time makes a difference, right? Like if you lived in a time period where having a husband was more necessary, I support you cheating on your husband if you're a lesbian and you find a lady to love. So there's that.
Wow. As you say, it makes it easier because, well, also obviously the writers, I know it's obvious, but yeah, they're leading us to support them because, as you say, they're sort of trying to tell you, well, hopefully, sometimes obviously the writers can be against our demographic, but they're leading you to support, because this isn't, the husband isn't the one.
Well, they're leading you, especially in the new show, in Demented, they're leading you to believe that all men are trash. Literally all men. Like, literally all men.
And and when you have promo pictures of the queer couple, the queer pairing, like in these promo shots, again, that's telling you the show is saying this is the couple to support. And
it's not just that, the actors, like all the promo, like you said, doing it, like the interviews, every interview they do, they're like, it's about this woman finding herself and it's about making changes later in your life, and it's okay if you're older. We're going to explore like an older relationship. Ha! I'm so glad you started watching it. Oh my God. It's like, I was prepared to be alone in my adoration. And now it's like, oh, you know who I'm talking about.
I know now. I know. How could I not, really? I mean, it's sort of. Have you seen from last
Twitter. Night?
No.
Oh, not the episode, but like the tweet stuff?
No.
Oh,
have I?
Self-control. Fudge. Flavia wears this very attractive.
Oh, yes.
I want to call it like a gown / nightie. Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah. See, I'm Javiera. Have I said that right? Mm-hmm. I've said it right. I don't notice Flavia as much in that regard. Whereas Chaos, I see, is just sort of tumbled down.
Drooling would be accurate.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So
my girlfriend said the same thing. She was like, all right.
I don't even know, my own taste anymore. It's just gone. Choo!
Yeah, I was not expecting you to be Team Javiera.
No, I know. Look at me. And I've realised as well, sorry, I know this is a bit off topic, everybody, if this isn't edited out, but she has such a Crystal Chappelle vibe. When the way some of her stances and the hands in the pocket thing.
Oh
my God, it just screams.
You saw that
Crystal
tweet,
to
right?
me.
I don't remember your handle, but I think Sharon is your name. Made a compilation tweet of all the women that she thinks look like Javiera. So it's like there's Javiera, and then it's she said it's like Peyton from Elena Undone, Crystal Chappelle, and Maite from Acacias.
Yeah, I can see that. God,
like the energy, the actual look. I mean, she literally looks like Peyton. It's just blowing my mind. It's just how much she looks like her. And then you're right that I'm sitting and trying to show Steph what I mean, but like the posture of Olivia, right?
Yeah.
That like demeanor and the kind of sauntering and like grabbing her hip area and like
yeah, and
boobs out.
Boobs out. That's right. It is. It's like you just can't manage them. It's just whoa in your face.
You mean you're like whoa?
Yeah. Really, it means me. It's true, but that's why that was Chile was a good place to start because it's the most obvious as to why you would support it. Both couples, both pairings.
Men are trash. Cheat on them.
Yeah, exactly. So, that was easy. And
okay.
then,
let's get into the harder ones.
Well, I think, funny enough, speaking of Natalia, I think them and even Kana, there's a similarity there in that their husbands are, well, I know Natalia doesn't marry Frank, but, you know, the fella in the situation, he's not a bad person.
Same thing with Dan.
Dumb. Yeah, they're just,
but
I wanted
Frank
to say dunces.
is such a good man.
Every time I still sigh and roll my eyes hearing about Frank. He plays
Frank.
his part well. Oh, that was good, Frank. But it's true. Even with Sedan, it's just you know, and especially in Sedan's case, the acting isn't quite. So it's not. I don't know. I don't feel affection for that character, you know. And I even obviously knew Corey. In this instance, I knew his character, and it's, you know, but obviously there's probably so many straight people at home in both instances where they're like, oh no, but how could they cheat? Oh, cheating's bad. And I'm like, who cares? Sometimes I'm just apathetic about, you know, it's not even a moral question or anything. Just who cares about this other guy? Maybe it's different with Frank because he's been on Guiding Light for so long that there probably are people, you know, that were supporting that. But why? And it's also lack of chemistry. Who has the most sizzle? If it's with
I
another
love
woman,
how they made them have sex too, like these two Catholic people, because they were trying to write in Jessica's pregnancy.
Yeah. Oh man, it just flashed before my mind when you said about that.
On the couch, nonetheless.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that hurt. And that hurt me like it hurt Olivia, even though they weren't even together. But yeah, it's just how could you not, again, I know it's also still pretty obvious. Most of these might be pretty obvious, really, in terms of why you would. But as I say, I remember there were people supporting, like Frank and Natalia.
I mean, trust the heteros to be weird like that.
What is there to say? But even Sedan and Rana. But and you're there, aren't you, screaming? But where's the chemistry?
I think he was more like a tapestry that you'd like to have hanging maybe in the hallway.
It was the hair. Once he got that a bit like trimmed, it was all right. It looked all right.
Yeah.
Look at us
I
talking
liked
about
his
the
hair.
husbands.
Yeah. We're like, oh, he was pretty.
Oh God, honestly. Well, I mean, I'll say a brief thing because I wrote this down. I really had to, it's like I was in therapy, right? And I laid down and thought about it. I went that far. And what really gets me with the cheating storylines, this is across the board, is each step of the way. I love the journey. It's the sort of realization, first hitting them both, glances across the street, the room, whatever, and then accepting it. And then you have oh, no, we can't act on it, but we want to act on it. I just love each stage of the journey, right? It's obvious where I'm going with this, yeah. And then, oh, they've acted on it. Ah, shit. Oh, now they've got to keep it hidden. And then you go into that forbidden romance thing. And it's just great. I enjoy every bit of it.
I agree. I think that's what I like. And the cheating storylines where they don't do that, for example, I'm not going to be able to come up with an example. Where it's faster and they don't do that sort of build up, where it's like a spontaneous thing. They try to play it off like, oh, it just happened. I'm like, how does that just happen? How do you the only way that I could ever imagine, I can't imagine just being like one time you're at a bar and you hook up with someone in the bathroom, for example, like if you're in a committed relationship, a committed monogamous relationship, it seems to me like you'd have a little bit more, not cognitive dissonance, but you'd have this quandary beforehand, right? Yeah. I feel like there have to be small steps forward and then sort of no, like you said, we can't, not just oh gosh, we can't making out. That's not how that works in my head. Or it's not entertaining to me. We love the slow burn over here at Peaches and Suits. So
that's right. That is what it comes down to. I didn't even put that together. It's true. That connects to the slow burn. And
slow burn, sexual tension, ratcheting it up, and
exactly, as you say, when it's too quick, even and it can't just be a couple of glances and then they're getting it on, because again, I've seen that in we have had that in soap operas, and we haven't spoken about some of those because it was just like a flash in the pan or wasn't well done, or I know it will be hard to think of instances. For some reason, I've thought of A Young Couple from Hollyoaks, which is a British soap. For some reason, it isn't even worthy of note. But again, it was that, all of a sudden, never seen her attracted to a woman before. That's fine. But then all of a sudden, she's kissing the other one. I'm like, whoa, hang on. And again, where is the, yeah, give it to me like a stir fry. Not a ready meal.
I'm pretty sure I've missed those references there.
No, it just popped in my mind of just a really poorly done, and then it was given up anyway, So again, it's just, I don't want to say queerbait, but that sort of, come watch us. Oh, no. And so what happened there? Blinking, you missed it.
There's quite a few of those, but I've pushed them out of my brain. So
exactly, that's what I mean. We can't even talk about them on here because they're tosh.
Let's say, so Clarina totally gave the same vibe that we like. And the fact that's, I think, why I remember in the last episode we were saying I said that I can't believe they didn't cheat. I thought it was a really interesting decision to make, to not have them cheat, because they built it up as if it followed the exact trajectory that you described, and they didn't cheat.
Oh my god! And when that's what
they did.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, but
anyway.
Was I just as happy with the emotional aspect of the cheating?
The emotional cheating?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I was, despite, and even, you know, in real time watching it when we weren't sure, if there was going to be any kissing or whatever. But I, for some reason, I can't believe it, but I was happy with all of the affection that they were giving me. And like, I could have just watched that endlessly, just them looking at each other, feeding each other.
Sex.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And forehead touching. Bless. But yeah, and that's a pretty good one, because I don't really have any hard feelings towards the husband, Clara's husband, in that scenario, you know, and I'm not apathetic towards him.
He got 2 women in the end. We don't need to feel bad for him.
No, it is true. But I understand Clara's quandary, as you say, because sometimes, you know, the woman who is with a fella will be all, oh, but him. And I'm like, oh, piss him. Go for it. Be happy. But in this instance, I understood why she was constantly like, you know, oh, my husband. You know, sometimes that can possibly be grating for some people.
She reminded me of someone else, though. There was someone else. Oh, you're going to hate this. Julia from Las Aparicio. Because literally, what's his name? Armando? Yeah, I think his name was Armando. Yeah. But she would always be like, you know, can you believe that I love you both? Like, and I think Clara said that at one point. And I was like, no!
But I think...
Fine.
Maybe Clara was a bit more mature about it. But only slightly. But again, I wanted her to be morally dubious. Otherwise, where's the...
Nah.
You know, what's the point in her being good? And then it would all be over. And, you know, and then she would have been with Marina so quickly. And it's not like I'm not interested in seeing these couples happy. But I feel scarred by writers in regards to, like, when they're together, they don't know how to write. For queer couples, anyway, I feel that way. They don't know how to write for them once they're together and a couple. So, like in Kana's instance, if it was a telenovela and it had an end, maybe it would have been okay.
It's called death. That's how you write it.
It's called death, exactly. So I feel like they always butcher it because they don't know what to do with them to create good drama without fucking it up, i.e. death.
It's because showing the lesbians like fighting over who has to do the dishes or who's going to initiate sex is like not as entertaining.
Yeah.
It's sorry, not disparaging my lesbians.
No, it's true. And that's why I did mention Klexa in my notes, because I was trying to think of when I would want to see the post, you know, getting together. And that's why I was such a fan of theirs, is because they have other obstacles bigger than them.
Things going on. Yeah.
Yeah. Survival. You know, they could have been like, say, a power couple, you know. Yeah. Albeit in a dystopian world, but they could have been like a power couple, and they talking about they've got societal issues and survival. So they still would have been other things keeping them from not being together. They still could have been a couple, but from seeing them all the time on screen, etc. You know, so and that's what I want more of. I think is that is the way that you'd get me not supporting cheating, as such, if you know what I mean, or wanting
getting
that
them together and then having them actually have an interesting life together.
Yeah, and maybe you do have to have like some sort of dystopian, apocalyptic show.
No, I think Tina and Bette, like, the soap opera nature of that, right? You know, like her Bette struggles with her job and like their weird dynamics around like her pushiness and her sort of like singular focus on her own career and her aspirations and like her morals, and sort of treating Tina like she just gets to ride along for that. And then Tina having her job, and then the thing with the movie, and you know, there was a whole lot in the plot that was happening for each character that they like occasionally came together.
No, that's true.
Or were already together to sort of deal with. I think that's totally doable. of course, it's the lesbian show that I'm thinking
Yeah, that's
of.
probably what helps.
Yeah. It's like,
It's
what
true.
can the lesbians do besides fall in love?
Yeah, exactly. I feel like obviously this is easier in novels. You see it more in novels.
Yes.
So, you know, it's not like I'm advocating cheating all the time in novels, it feels like.
I don't read specifically. If I learn that there's cheating in it, I won't read the book.
Oh, see, yes, I've seen people write this. And I'm even like hetero stuff as well. I see women write that sort of thing. Oh, there's cheating on women. And they'll give it a bad rating. And there's me going, oh, cheating. Interested. So there you go. That just shows you my moral compass.
I think it's just that usually for lesfic, which is mostly the only thing I read, most often there's not a male character to be cheated on. So if they're cheating, it's usually the women cheating on their female partners. And I'm like, yeah, I don't really want to read that. I think that kind of, I mean, I don't date men, so it's a lot less close to home for me to read about a woman cheating on a man. But like I've been cheated on and I don't really want to kind of read about that in fiction for some reason, like lesbians cheating on each other. I don't know why Tibet. I don't know why that's the exception to this.
Oh, well.
I'm trying to think of other lesbians who cheated on each other. I don't think I generally support that. I think it feels too real.
Sorry, I've just thought about Demente.
Yeah. Oh, God, yes. I support that. Cheat on her.
Literally, right
Cheat on
this
her.
moment.
Please cheat on her.
No, you're right. I think when it comes to with novels, again, this was years ago. I don't think you see it much now, but yeah, one of them. I wish I could remember the title of it, but it was a long book and she was in such a crisis and she had a husband, obviously fell in love with a woman, yada, yada, yada. But it was just so distressing, like the whole, even for the other one, because she lived at home and her parents were homophobic, etc. But, you know, so that is very much like a soapy, like that sounds soapy, just saying the story of that book. So, yeah, I guess I don't see it too much these days, but I wanted to sometimes... And Tina is an example where I think the writers are just... I don't want it just put in, the cheating. Like Tina. That's just such a... Can I even call it plot
Are we talking about
driven?
Gen Q?
Yeah.
Because I do think the original L Word did the cheating in a believable way. Even though I didn't believe the whole Carpenter whatever bullshit.
You're going against my Candace.
I'm sorry. I almost called her Carmen. But like not Carmen, who is also Anna.
Candace.
I've lost my train of thought because I'm just thinking about Carmen now. What was I even saying?
But you didn't really...
Oh, yeah. The Gen Q thing. I was asking if you are talking about Gen Q being written where it was like, well, she just cheated.
Yeah, it's just...
She didn't cheat. She fell in love with this woman.
Yeah.
Right? It wasn't like some sort of like, oh, just we have this sexual tension and, let's just fuck around a little bit. No, she like fell in love with this other woman and then is now marrying her.
I know Tina...
And left Bette.
Yeah.
How?
I mean, that always is sort of like, what? But again, I suppose we can't say, how could you leave Bette? Like, Bette's so perfect. I know we all do that, but sometimes it can be out of character and I can go with it. And I was thinking of Carla and Hannah, like from Verbert and Lieber. I don't think Hannah, it's in her character to cheat. But I go with it.
She cheated up a storm on, what's his name, Lars?
Yeah, Lars. But
in front of his face in the hot tub.
But I can go with it. Like it worked. Maybe that's because I didn't know Hannah before the storyline. But she just doesn't seem like someone to me who would cheat. But to heck, let's go with it. Whereas I know, I know Tina, and I just don't. For Bette, she'll cheat. You know, like again, Jodie. Who cares? Who cares? Let's get rid of her. But God, I'm so evil.
I mean, but Tina does cheat in the sense that she cheats with Bette on Jodie.
Yeah, and I know.
Talk about that.
Henry.
Is that cheating if you're not the one who's in a partnership?
I'll leave that to you.
She picked up her wine.
Oh God! Like even in real life, how do I, will that help me answer this? There's still, it takes two to tango.
She's sipping her wine.
But is it? They both should know better. Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to Imagine Me and You because this is relevant. You know the like "Don't mess with other couples" line.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So Luce is like, I just think that you don't mess with other couples. And then what's his face? Shag an open wound guy. What's his name?
I know. I can't even bloody remember.
God.
You know who we mean. The vegetarian.
He like throws that back in her face after they've all revealed the whole thing, and Heck is all distraught. And he's like, what was that you said? Don't mess with other couples.
Yeah. Because it's and he's got a point. Even myself, like in real life, I could never cheat on someone, but would I be that other person? Mm-hmm. Because you just sort of lose a few brain cells, don't you? And you can't help it.
I might have been that other person before.
Well, but that's it. Like, I think I don't know, because it's hard to say now. But when you're in the throes of passion and love and stuff, do you just go for it without?
I don't think I was in the throes of passion or love. I was a teenager, so and it was a man.
We'll let you off. Aye.
Let's pretend it never happened. Two, in fact, actually.
Anyway. Her crimes add up. Yeah, I think when you're young, again, that's a different kettle of fish. You forgive a lot of things, but as a grown woman, as I say, what do you think? She always looks. She sits there looking pensive.
I don't think you're quote unquote a cheater if you are not in a committed relationship.
Right.
I think that it's the responsibility of the person who has a partner to control your shit, Like, and I'm fully in like real mode, not talking about fiction. But like, yeah, if you that scene with, I'm going to keep bringing up, I want to bring up Dana Delaney in every episode if possible. But the scene with the senator where she's like, my husband and I have an arrangement. Like, if you don't have an arrangement, it's your responsibility to be respectful of whatever contract or whatever you want to call it that you have with your partner. Like the cheater Bette did in that scene where she's like, listen, Tina and I don't have an arrangement. Sorry.
Yeah. I like that though. The communication. That's good. That one. Yeah. Because obviously you don't see that often because it wouldn't create any juicy drama for the soaps.
But watch the scene is so juicy. So good.
Oh, that is so good. And I'm going to throw Jennifer Beals under the bus because she didn't allow a kiss to happen in that scene. And that's just a travesty. Dana's there. Dana's willing. She's ready to go. This is the
actively
Dana
wanting
Delaney.
to kiss her.
Yeah, like, come on. She's, and of course now, ever since I've known that, oh God, it still pokes in the back of my mind when I'm watching it. Even when Dana's sucking her finger, I'm like, fucking hell, Jennifer. God's sake. Pregnant or not, you can kiss Dana Delaney. Get a hand on yourself. This is what shows you're heterosexual.
Wait, because Jen Beals was pregnant in that scene? What did you say?
Yeah, she's pregnant, isn't she? Like the whole season 3. So I just feel like she was probably maybe against against everything. I'd like to say Dana got her pregnant just sucking that whiskey off her finger.
Not finger fucking. It's called finger sucking.
We've figured it out how 2 women can make babies.
God, I've been doing it wrong.
It has to come from like a tumbler, a whiskey tumbler. It has to, there's a whole step. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I had forgotten that part in the scene. I was like, why is she sucking her finger? I didn't really notice. It's because Bette is like dipping her finger in the drink before. And I was like, aha.
Such a good scene. I could really... Honestly, so even if they didn't have an arrangement, would I be rooting for Bette to cheat with the senator? Damn straight. Like, you go. I'm so bad, but just go for it.
I was fully to Bette shipping at that time, but I swear to you, that moment in that scene, I was screaming, do it! Wait, don't do it! No, do it! Oh my God, do it! No, don't do it. You better not.
Well, like, if they were happy, if they were happy or something, but they're sort of shouting at each other at the time. Tina's angry, and you can see it's sort of not working. So I think that's also what leads me to be like, why not? What did she have to lose at that point? And you already have a reputation, but God, such a waste. Anyway, I could talk a whole hour about that, like 5 minutes of screen time that Jennifer and Dana have.
But you brought up a good point, which I think is interesting, is that there's this assumption that like if your relationship isn't working out, that cheating is more acceptable.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah,
and I'm like,
it's not really.
I don't think that's not how I feel in real life for sure. Like, no. I think especially then, it's even more your responsibility either to work it out, or then there's so many options for you. You can make an arrangement, like the senator Dana Delaney, or you can leave, or you can work it out. Like, cheating is just one of those 4 options, and it's the bad one. Don't do that.
Yes.
Unless you're Dana Delaney and Jennifer Beals.
Exactly. But that's why you have to, in order to enjoy adultery, everyone, that's my message to you, is you have to separate it from real life. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, you won't enjoy it. And I know there's a lot of it. But like Chaos said, in terms of the period pieces and stuff, and even Mercedes and then Teresa, they're not that long ago, but you know what I mean. And I watch a lot of that, I feel like, not just because there's a lot of it out there, but that's my bag, and so maybe I kind of had to learn to enjoy an adultery storyline. But again, if you do watch a lot of the oldie stories, then it's kind of a done deal that that's going to happen. But arguably, like, circling back to what we said as well about what writers have, on offer, is how do they, I don't think they kind of know how to put 2 women together in a soap or something, just in a normal, organic fashion. 2 women, even in the present day, they're not always so great at it. I think it has got a lot better, but,
You mean without having, like, a man who you have to cheat on, or a woman?
Yeah, it's just, but again, I'm fine with that.
I can't think of a single show right now.
Yeah.
But I think I might self-select for the cheaters, honestly. Like, I think, when you hear about a show and you're, like, considering to start watching it?
Yeah.
Like, if that sort of tension or, like, intrigue isn't advertised to me, I'm probably not going to start watching it. Like, okay. The Legends of Tomorrow.
Oh,
today?
Yeah, tomorrow. Avalanche.
Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ava. Sorry.
Ava? What's her name?
Ava.
I don't. Anyway, so like that one is too wholesome.
Yeah, you see what I mean?
And like also they're doing something. They're theoretically, I should like to watch this show because there's action. There's like a plot outside of the
Great
relationship. The plot is their arms. But I just like I don't think it's something, I don't know. I can't explain that one. I don't understand.
No, it's true. I think it's also a case of how much screen time they might have.
Okay, wait a minute, because like I will beg for crumbs. All right, you know about my New Zealand soap.
Oh,
She hasn't been on now for like well over a month.
I know. You must be starved.
I honestly, I changed my Twitter
That's
name back
true.
because I
did notice. I forgot to say to you about it.
Yeah.
But it's true that, yeah, it can. Yeah, it goes without saying with me with the wholesome thing, though. But but at least they're trying. At least I want people to have options. I don't expect everyone to be like me. So I do wish for other, that's also what it comes down to, is if there was more choices. There was more choices out there.
More lesbians.
Yes, more lesbians. Exactly. This is our gay agenda. Hence the podcast exists. But I think, again, they struggle to... speaking of which, actually, I've just remembered, it's just hit me, thanks to Chaos, about a couple where one sort of cheats. I think she did. I didn't really watch it. Flosmin from Argentina.
Oh, this is the classic leave your husband before you get married thing.
Wasn't one of them gay?
So the red-haired one.
Is that Yasmin?
I want to say that one is, I think that was her.
So bad.
Yeah. Flor was the dark-haired one. She was getting married to that guy and then was like, no. And I'm pretty sure they didn't go through with it. This is a very frank situation.
Right.
Although she didn't get pregnant.
I couldn't remember.
So I can't believe that I didn't watch that. Nobody kill me. I didn't watch that.
I just watched some of the kissing scenes. That's so typical.
Obviously, but I did see, I'm pretty sure that she kind of like the actual lesbian one confesses that she has feelings for her first. And then,
yeah, probably.
The other
this
one
is our kind of bag.
I'm getting married. I know.
I know. I don't get it sometimes.
I couldn't get into it.
It's your heart. Your heart tells you, what you want. But what I want in the future is a sort of Maleficent type character. This is what I want. A super bitch. Yeah. Right. This is what, if you want to give me a storyline without cheating. Yeah. I want like a super bitch. Yeah. Classic soap opera one who is just awful.
I'm waiting on bated breath for the resolution.
Do I really know where I'm going with this? No, but I don't know. And it's this going into other things, but like and she falls for not so much a submissive type, but possibly.
My eyebrows just went up.
But again, it's not like I want her to change or her love for another woman to make her a better person. She can still be a bitch. And yeah, that's all I need. Like, how easy is that to write? That's it. That's all I need. And for them to sort of fall in love or whatever. They can be vampires. They can be witches. I don't know.
Oh, have you read Hotel Queens?
Here we go. No. I didn't finish. That's why I couldn't respond to your tweets about it, because I can barely remember. I can remember.
Okay, well, I haven't finished it either. And as sometimes does, it sort of catches you and then you kind of put it aside for a little bit. I'm very close to the end now, I think. That's the kind of sexual tension that I want in fiction. I really like the idea of people going from, people who you shouldn't expect to be attracted to each other.
Yeah.
Like two really strong personalities, for example. Like,
Yes. And enemies to lovers,
actually,
sort of.
Yeah.
This isn't the best example.
Well, these are literal,
but-
literal enemies to lovers. Like they're sworn enemies, hate each other very much.
Lee Winter is so good. We could do a podcast about novels, probably, actually. And the books we've read.
Do we even read the same
But that's
ones?
the problem. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem. I don't think we do.
No. Oh, I feel so bad.
Priory. That's it. That's our
Yeah,
only
it's
crossover.
Priory of the Orange Tree. I'll suggest. I won't. I'll suggest a good one if you want sexy times with a bitch. Right. It is one of my absolute favourites of all time. It's called Behind the Green Curtain by Riley.
Oh, that's
yeah.
good.
Lachey or something.
Lachey. Yeah.
No.
It might be Lachey. S-H-E-A.
Yeah. My
Lachey.
God, the ending
I have
is
read
a little
that.
bit, but it's still. I never forget it. It is just that's my shit, right there. There, it's been said.
Whatever happened to Curious Wine?
Those are the days.
Where did you go from... Where did you go? One of the first things you and I ever talked about back in the day was our love for Curious Wine.
Oh, and I do still enjoy those. I do still. So fluff. Yeah. But this is how it links to my views on fictional adulteries, because I've gone off the fluff, as Chaos knows.
Same.
Shout out to SD Simper, her novels. They're dark and twisted. You really have to be in my dark and twisty world to read and enjoy her novels. It's not to everyone's taste. But in terms of novels, it is arguably more exciting. It's gone off into different genres, and, Lesfic is just an ever-growing, beautiful creature. I love it. Again, that's where we have choice, which is really nice. We just need that in television. And film.
And the real life.
Exactly. But I might have, I don't know if this is good for us. Look at our time.
Are we done?
I'm not talking on this one. Is this because I had notes? I feel bad. Chaos.
It's because you had notes and I didn't.
Oh.
I have failed you with my note taking. I have written, although I will tell you, I didn't say any of these things, but I have written quotes from these people telling their partners that they are cheating on them.
So good at quotes.
I like this.
Go for it. Go.
Actually, it's not quite true. But there were some favorites of mine from Kana, Kate, and Rana. Don't do it. Don't marry Zidane. I love you. And then there was, I'm drunk and she's married.
Oh, what a classic. In the morning, I'll be sober. But you'll still be
married.
Oh.
Yeah. Let's see. Zidane saying, you need to tell me what you're on about right now. And she's like, I'm in love with someone else.
Dun, dun, dun.
I think one of my favorite lines, so it's interesting because I really correlate Elena Undone and Imagine Me and You. They just have very much the same vibe to me. And so in that scene where Rachel's trying to tell Heck that she's been cheating, he's like kind of asleep.
Oh, yeah.
He's
and
drunk.
Pretends.
And she's like, I went crazy, Heck. I went crazy for someone and it wasn't you. And then he didn't hear her, he did hear her, but he pretended he didn't. And then I don't know. I just, sometimes these quotes get stuck in my head and I'm like, they don't even mean it. As I'm reading, I'm not an actor and I'm not reading it with the emotion and the whatever.
No, but
they stick in my head very
that's
much.
good though. That's sweet. You should see her face when she's reading them. Her little excitement. No, but I think Imagine Me and You is an instance. Again, I don't know if it's affected if you're familiar with the actor or not, but I don't think I wanted them to cheat in that one. That might be, maybe it's because it's a rom-com.
Because of Matthew Good?
Yeah, or, you know, even his character, his mate's a bit of a tosser, but him himself, heck, he's all right. You know, he genuinely sort of loves her. He's not awful. The standard is so high, you know.
No, but you could see that she didn't love him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like from the beginning, they set that up. You could see that like they were good friends, but she wasn't like
friends
in love with him.
Yeah, they
had a very platonic relationship. Oh,
no, I think you're right, and I'm glad that they only kissed. You know, not that a sex scene. Obviously, I'm gay, but I'm glad it wasn't. It didn't happen behind his back. Like, you know, if we'd have gotten one, give it to me after, sort of thing. So actually, that might be. Yeah, and that's been in the forefront of our minds, is that film. But that might be an example where I'm like, oh, no, you know. But again, it's such a fluffy film. Maybe that's why it's such a fluffy film.
How could they have done it? I mean, I don't think they could have gone the Clarina route like with that. I don't know.
It's and also with film, you're so limited on time. That's why I'm normally a TV, you know, soap person, because you have hours and hours of like possibilities or something. Mm-hmm. So
this is why you need to watch. This is why you need to watch soap operas, because it's on every day.
Yeah, and you've got the wait every week of, oh, you know, what's going to happen next? Oh, it's so great. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a little overwhelming. I do feel, especially because Sunday, I think Chile changes their time on Sunday, and so I'm not going to be able to watch the show anymore. I'll still be at work, and it's just like, man, like
I do.
It's a little stressful.
You rushing home for Barcedes. I don't know if you were just at work a bit longer or something. Or, I don't know. I remember a few times when you were rushing. I think.
Oh, you think it was the same time frame?
No, possibly. But again, was there a time change? Did we have this scenario?
And it matters. Yeah, it would matter because my work schedule's always been the same. But I don't think that PNP was at the same time. Yeah. Maybe it was. I thought I remember it being 21:30 or 21 instead of 22.
God, she's good, guys. I can't remember. I can't remember all my different soap operas.
I honestly, I don't remember.
Anyone would think we're there watching live. Like, oh, we need to get home. Like, put on the telly. Watch PNP.
I am doing that. That's what I'm doing. I'm watching it live. I have to run home and watch it. I was on the phone with my dad on the way home, and I was like, I have to go. I got home, and I have to go watch my show.
Oh, my God. That's why it was so weird with Kana, because, oh, hang on. I can just put the telly on. Oh, refreshing. Like,
interesting.
You know, shame it wasn't with a better couple.
Steph.
Why can't it be with one of my tops? But then I don't know if I'll be as interested if they were British.
What?
You know?
Who?
Me, like in the
What
couple,
are we talking about?
Would I be as interested in, like, say, a Barcedes, but a British version? No, I would be. Don't be stupid. No, I would be. But there is a certain aspect of ooh with these international shows. Because it's a different language and culture and and that's just as interesting to me. You know, it sort of comes hand in hand with the couple itself, you know. But anyway, I'm really waffling this week. Go on, Chaos. You talk.
I have noticed that it's, I used to be way less choosy about which shows I would watch. And I would watch the show without subtitles. There was a time in my life where I want to say back in the day, before the subtitles were added to basically all of Carla's storylines. Oh, totally. I would just watch it in German and I would be like, yeah, I speak German. Here I am. I'm just watching this. And I don't know if I would do that nowadays before it's translated. Because my time feels more valuable as I get older.
So true.
And like for me to sit and watch a show and like not understand fully what's happening, and then maybe to even have to go back and watch it again when the subtitles are added, like I may only understand 50 to 60% of what's said in Spanish, but it's enough for me to know what's happening. So
I think I sorry.
I think I
would. I think yeah. I have to be invested.
You did. Don't even talk. You don't speak Thai, okay? I know you.
Ruklam Sen. Oh. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know what we're going to speak about next time. As always, everyone, I cannot. Yeah. Who knows? We don't know. It all depends on what sort of hits us in the moment. Or again, you tell us like a certain theme, and we can go with it. It's probably easier for us with themes because like in this instance, because there's just so many couples. Like there's some today, for example, Marlena and Rebecca, they're another.
Oh, that's like another going to get married thing.
Yeah, and we didn't, and even Anna and Teresa we didn't really talk about. So
yeah, Marbecca, Anna, Teresa. What is it? All these cops. I don't understand.
Honestly, we need to get off policing.
Yeah. Leave your husband. No, your almost husband. Leave your almost husband and go with a woman.
But they did, I got to admit, Marbecca, despite, debates about their kissing techniques or whatever, they did it really well, that whole journey that I spoke of earlier, and would they, or, each step of it, they really gave that to me. And then fights and everything. Yes, give me emotion.
If you could just see my face right now, I really hated Marlena. Like I didn't hate her, but like she is my Julia. The way that you feel about Julia, I feel about Marlena.
Yeah, maybe I'm a bit blinded, because I know I sound really superficial, but obviously that was the one I was attracted to out of the two of them. There's always one that you feel more for than the other in terms of attraction. And obviously, so Marlena, yes. Again, I could really go off today, can you tell? I don't know if it's because we haven't done a podcast for a few weeks that I'm like, whoa, I'm raring to go talk about anybody.
I can't think of any other cheaters. Should we add any other last ones in?
I know, off the top of our head, it won't come off but an instance actually of where there is no cheating, but it kind of works. But this is very specific, is Gentleman Jack. I know it's not a soap, but again, it's based on real life, so it's possibly easier they have, But in terms of like, I could watch them, or and not
Killing Eve.
Oh yes, that's right. I was going to say about that in terms of my my moral compass.
Kill him, honestly. Throw him off a cliff.
And yet, how many other women obviously are out there and still love Villanelle and or Eve without, even though technically what they're doing is bad. Like half of the time, it's dodgy. But
half of the time.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. That's a good example. Oh, yeah. And I don't need cheating or whatever. Like, there's enough going on. But again, no, it's not a soap opera per se, but we're allowed to. Well, we've gone into books, so we've gone to all mediums. But I'm really sorry I've done all the waffling today. Just putting it.
I'm just drawing a blank. I'm glad that you have a little bit more fluidity in your thoughts than I do today. I think I'm tired.
Oh yeah, to be fair, guys, we really like, whoa.
Yeah, we're on the struggle bus this morning, I think, or whatever time it is.
I felt it. Right.
Anyway,
we're gonna sign off. Do you have anything this week to sign off with?
I'm so sad that next week I'm not going to be able to watch this, my Chilean babies, live. So I hope that all of you who are watching are enjoying it on my behalf, and anyone who's not watching it starts watching it, because Well, actually, maybe wait a little bit because I think it's going to get really bad before it gets good. I think that her abusive husband is going to escalate and become. I just think it's a while before they're going to actually get together. So maybe don't rush off and watch it. I take it back. I plug. Just watch, something else.
And I'll shout out. I'm not quite sure who's behind Gay Quakes, but they've always been lovely and wonderful. And shout out to them for doing the subtitles. They've done subtitles for us gay ladies before, and here they are again. So because they're helping me obviously watch it, because I do think this is an instance where I wouldn't watch it without the subtitles.
It's also a little hard to find the Gay Quakes Daily Motion, which I think is going to be the more it's the more reliable way to find them. I retweet anytime the link gets posted. So
I'm doing that now. Yeah. Now that I'm
But also you can go to the Gay Quakes Twitter feed at Gay Quakes, and you'll be able to see the links to the Daily Motion.
Tis true. All I will shout out is nothing gay related, but I am finally, because I've been sick, I am finally watching Penthouse, and Kim Soo-yeon can murder me. She can tie me to a chair. Whatever she needs to do. I've watched her in other Korean dramas, but my God, this is a perfect instance of if there's a villain who, oh my God, if she was gay, I'd be absolutely losing my shit. There is technically, fans are really supporting the other two main actresses as a couple. Some people just like the friendship. Apparently the second season is airing, and they've had crumbs this season, but I haven't got to the bit yet where they're like on a date and in suits. But is it a date? It's probably just us looking into it, but they're really popular, and for a Korean drama you gotta take what you can get. But Kim Soo-yeon, my God, what a bitch. What a ledge.
What a bitch. Step on me.
Oh, my God. As soon as she's introduced, I was like, oh, she's one of my favourite Korean actresses. And when she struts down that fucking palace, man. Anyway, I could freak out about her outfits and her hair and her evilness and just, wow. Anyway, so, and what we always forget to do is, I feel like I've gone red, but I feel very passionately about this.
You should see. She looks very...
I feel flushed, but it just... Wow. Anyway, we always forget where to find us. We always forget. I say we always forget. We forgot one episode.
I don't even understand. What do you mean? Like where to look?
Like...
Oh, don't find us. I mean, yes, find her on Twitter.
Yeah.
At Shivy Chaos.
Shippy Chaos.
Not Shivy.
Shivy Chaos. Yeah. And I am still, I haven't changed it. Props to me. Haven't changed it. It's still
consistency.
StephTWTC. I still have to say it in my mind. The world to come. Yes. Yeah. But if you do follow me, listen, I'm going to talk about K-pop. Now I've got this new Twitter account. I'm really trying not to, but it's very hard. It's very hard. And not to talk about Korean dramas. It's really hard for me. And I know it might seem like that's not a very gay topic, but K-pop, if you want it to be, it can be. It's what you make it.
I think that the crossover between lesbianism and enjoying K-pop is very present. So I think it's fine.
So you might be like, oh no, why would I want to read all that shit? And I don't blame you really. So it's just my outlet. Let me have one. And for the gay too. But I have a podcast to vent. So. So, right, we've done it.
Which we're
going to end. And then, yeah, we'll see you when we see you, usual. Don't expect any times or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, ta for now. And
ta for now.
Whenever.
Ta-ta. Ta-ta. To our love. Our pet.
Hi.
I don't know. 506?
What?
Carla von Lahnstein?
So. Y juntas somos Barce.